I'm Miss Charisse here at Hidden Gems Preschool. Welcome back to Black History Month in the month of July. This week we are talking about Henry Box Brown. Last week we talked about Malcolm X. We learned about how his mom taught him about gardening. We learned about the different fruits and vegetables and plants and herbs in a garden. We learned about healthy eating. And this week we're learning about a new friend who also believed in healthy eating, and his name was Henry Box Brown. Can you guys say Henry Box Brown? Very good. So Henry Box Brown was a slave. Who knows what a slave is? A slave is someone who had to work for a family, was not paid, and was treated very, very, very poorly. For instance, Henry Box Brown did not know when his birthday was. Can you guys imagine that? Can you imagine not knowing when your birthday is and not ever being able to celebrate your birthday? No birthday parties, no saying, I'm about to be 5 years old. None of that. Just because of the color of his skin, they said, we're not ever going to celebrate your birthday. We're not even going to tell you when your birthday is. How would that make you feel? Would that make you feel good? Or would that make you feel really, really bad? That would make me really sad if I was not able to celebrate my birthday or even know when it was. Because if I knew my birthday, I'd be able to celebrate it by myself. I wouldn't need anybody else. But Henry Box Brown did not even get to know his birthday. But that wasn't it. Henry Box Brown worked for somebody who was known to be a kind master. Now, I personally don't know how you can be kind if you believe in owning other people. Do you guys think it's okay to own people? Because slaves had something called masters and mistresses, and their masters and mistresses were the people that owned them, and the people that usually treated them very poorly and had them work for free. They didn't give them any money for working. Do you guys think it's okay to own people? I don't think that's okay. Now, one of my friends brought up a really good point. They said, it's actually not my friend, it was my daughter. She said, but mommy, you own me. Is that true? Do I, just because I'm a mom, do I own my own children? No, I don't own my children, but I am responsible for my children. And if I'm responsible for my children, who can share with me some of the responsibilities when we're responsible for another person or another life? Is it our job to be kind to them? Yeah. Is it our job to love them? Yeah. Is it our job to provide a safe place for them? Yeah. And what does a safe place look like? To me, a safe place means you can physically be in the space, your body can be in the space, and you don't have to get worried about getting hurt. It also means that your body can be in a place and you don't have to worry about someone hurting your feelings really badly. We all hurt each other's feelings sometimes, and those are mistakes. We try not to. Sometimes it's by accident, sometimes it's on purpose, and hopefully if we hurt someone's feelings on purpose, we apologize. But a safe place is a place where even if you got your feelings hurt, you feel like you can say, I didn't like that. That really hurt my feelings. I don't like when you speak to me that way. I don't like when you touch my body that way. That's a safe place. A safe place is also somewhere where we can ask any questions that we have. Why did you do that? Why is the sky blue? When is my birthday? May I have this gift for my birthday? What are some things you would ask in a safe place for your birthday? Who would ask for a puppy? I would ask for a puppy. So a safe place is somewhere where our bodies can be and our bodies don't have to get hurt. A safe place is somewhere where our hearts can be and our hearts don't have to get hurt. We're around people that honor our hearts, honor our feelings. And a safe place is somewhere where our minds can be and our minds can grow. How are some ways our minds can grow? What are these, my friends? Are these books? Can we read books? so that our minds can grow and we can learn new things. This is a great way for our minds to grow. How many of you have books at your house or at your school? Yes. And if you have books at your house or at your school, if you have things at your house, toys that you can play with, maybe you have toys that help you with learning your colors. If you have these kinds of things, raise your hand. That means that you are in a safe place for your mind. You're somewhere where people who are responsible for you want to see your bodies grow and be safe. They want to see your heart and your emotions grow and be safe. And they want to see your minds grow healthy and feel happy and be safe. Raise your hand if you're in a safe place today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that all my friends are in a safe place today. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for a lot of people that had my color skin or skin a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. People that were black in America, they did not have safe places when they were slaves. And even after slavery, it wasn't very safe for them. They didn't have people who wanted their minds to grow. They didn't have people that wanted their hearts to grow. They didn't even have people that wanted their bodies to stay safe. They hurt their bodies, they hurt their hearts, and they hurt their minds. How do you think you would feel if you were around people that hurt your body, hurt your heart, and hurt your mind? It's heartbreaking. That would make me very sad. Would you want to stay there? I wouldn't want to stay either. I would want to leave as fast as I could to get to somewhere where my body felt safe, my heart felt safe, and my mind felt safe. And that's what Henry Brown wanted. He wanted to get somewhere to where his body felt safe, his heart felt safe, and his mind felt safe. Before he could do that, he stayed on what was called the plantation. Can you guys say plantation? And he worked for his master, and he was a good worker. He had great what's called work ethic, and he always worked hard. Even though that's not what he wanted to be doing, he always worked hard. And his master told him, Henry, you are a hard worker. And one day his master was very sick, and his master called Henry and Henry's mom up into his bedroom, and Henry was so excited. He thought, oh my gosh, maybe my master is going to set me free. What does freedom mean? What is freedom to you? Freedom to me is where I can feel safe. It's when I can go to the beach when I want to, when I can go to the store when I want to, when I can sing songs whenever I want to, I can wear what I want to wear, I can do my hair how I want to do my hair, I can read all the books I want to read, I can love my family and my friends, I can visit them and call them, I can write them letters. To me, that's freedom. To me, freedom is being able to say, I love going to the beach. To me, freedom is being able to say, I don't really like the beach. Can we go somewhere else? To me, freedom is being able to say, apples are my favorite. Can I eat them all the time? To me, freedom is saying, I don't really like broccoli. Can I have asparagus instead? For me, that's freedom. And for me, I feel most free when I'm at the beach. That's the place where I feel the most free. I love the sky. I love the ocean. I love the way the sand feels. I love how the sun feels on my skin. I love hearing the waves. I love smelling the sea. I love hearing the birds and seagulls and watching them fly around. I love the beach. It's the place where I feel happiest, the place where I feel freest, and where I love to run and splash in the ocean and go swimming. Where do you feel most free? Where do you love to be the most? Where is that? The park? You love the beach too? Awesome. Did someone say Disneyland? Disneyland is a lot of fun. So my friends, Henry Box Brown wanted his freedom, and he went to his master's room when his master was sick, and he thought that his master was going to tell him, Henry, I'm going to set you free. Because masters had that choice. They had the choice to own slaves and keep them, or to give slaves their freedom. But Henry's master did not give him freedom. He said, "You're hardworking and I'm very sick, and I'm going to give you to my son because my son needs a slave and you're a very good slave." So his master sold Henry to his son, or gave him to his son, and Henry had to go live with the new master. But this master was not kind at all. He would hurt Henry's body, he would hurt Henry's heart, and he continued to hurt Henry's mind. And Henry got very sad. But even when Henry was working for that master, he met a young woman while he was walking down the street, and they talked, and they fell in love, and they got married, and they had 3 children. And Henry loved his wife, and his wife actually had another owner. She had a different master, but Henry and his wife got to live together, which didn't happen a lot of times for slaves when they had 2 different masters. They usually had to live separately. How would that make you feel if you had to live separate from your parents? Wouldn't feel too good. So one day Henry was working, and somebody came into his job and they said, "Henry, your wife and your children have just been sold at the market." What? Can you believe that? People, slaves, were sold at a market. When you go to the market, what do you buy? I buy fruits. I buy vegetables. I even buy chicken sometimes. I buy bread and cereal. Are these some of the things that you guys buy from the market, the grocery store? Have you guys ever heard of buying people at the market? That's not okay. So Henry's wife and his 3 children, they were sold at the market. And Henry ran down to the market because no one told him. No one let him say goodbye to his wife and to his children. It's heartbreaking. If you feel like you want to cry, that's okay. You can cry. It's very sad. Henry was very sad. He cried and he cried because he wasn't allowed to celebrate his birthday. He wasn't allowed to know his birthday. He wasn't allowed to read books. He wasn't allowed to sing. He loved to sing, and he wasn't even allowed to sing on the street. He would get in trouble. And people hurt his body, and people hurt his heart, and people hurt his mind. And now they took his wife and his children away from him and did not even let him say goodbye or give them one last hug. So now Henry was very, very sad. And he decided, this life is not for me. I'm going to run away, and I'm going to go somewhere where they will let me be free. Whether my skin is black, whether my skin is white, they will let me be free to sing on the street, to stay with the people that I love. They're not going to hurt my bodies. They're going to allow me to work and pay me so I can buy the things that I want to buy. Henry Brown had a friend who was a shoemaker, a white man who said slavery is not right. People should not own slaves. And Henry Brown, you should not be a slave anymore, and I'm going to help you. So Henry Brown and his shoemaker got together, and they said, how can we get Henry out of here? Because what do you think would happen if Henry can't even sing on the street? Do you think he can just run away from his master and run down the street where everybody can see him? Do you think if he's a slave and he can't even know his birthday, they're going to just let him onto a train and let him go wherever he wants? No. So he had to get creative. He had to become a problem solver. How many of my friends out there are problem solvers? I know a lot of amazing little minds that are amazing problem solvers. So Henry and his shoemaker friend figured out a plan. They devised a plan. Can you guys say devise? They came up with a plan, and they said, Henry, we're going to put you in a box, and we're going to mail you to Philadelphia where black people can be free. So that's what he did. They measured out a box that was big enough for his body to fit in. But even to fit in the box, he had to curl up really tiny like this. Can you guys curl your bodies really small like you're going to go into a box? And he put himself in that box. And the shoemaker friend sealed up the box, and he wrote on the box, fragile, this side up. Because if Henry Brown is sitting in the box this way, and his head is up here, what's going to happen if they turn the box on the side, or if they turn the box upside down? it's going to be even more uncomfortable for Henry Brown. So they put him in the box, and their plan was to mail the box to Philadelphia and hope that everybody treated the box very gently and that they kept the box up. And the shoemaker asked him, "But what happens if you have to cough or sneeze?" And Henry Brown said, "I'm going to try to do it quietly and hope nobody hears me." So into the box he went, but first, Henry Brown had to get out of work because he had to figure out, how am I going to get out of work so I can get in this box and get out of here before my master comes looking for me? Because if I'm not at work, my master is going to know I'm gone. So what he did was he got a liquid. A liquid, what is a liquid? It's something that is wet and something that moves, kind of like water is a type of liquid. Oil is a type of liquid. So he got a liquid that actually burns your skin. Have you guys ever been around things in your kitchen or things in your house and your mom or your dad or your pop says, "Don't touch that, that's dangerous"? Maybe it's a cleaning solution. Maybe it's something in a bottle and they say, "Don't touch that, that's not for children." Yeah, that's happened to you. That's because some things can really hurt our bodies. And since parents are responsible for us and responsible for our safety and our health, sometimes they tell us not to touch things because they know it's going to hurt our bodies. So anyways, Henry Brown got a liquid that was going to hurt his body, and he poured it on his hand, and it hurt his hand very bad. It actually burned off all the skin on his hand, all the way to the bones inside his hand. And that was the only thing he could do. I'm sure he screamed. Oh yes, it hurt. But it was the only thing he could do so that he could get out of work, so his master wouldn't look for him when he wasn't at work. So he burned his hand, he got out of work, he went to the shoemaker, he got in the box, they shipped him off, and he was in that box for 27 hours. My friends, do you know how long 27 hours is? That is a long time. In 27 hours, you, my friends, wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you have breakfast, you do your morning activities, you have a morning snack, you do some more morning activities, you have lunch, you maybe have a nap, you maybe watch some TV, you maybe play outside, then you come inside, you have another snack or you have dinner, you take a bath, you get washed up, you brush your teeth, you go to bed, you sleep all night long, then you wake up in the morning again. That's 24 hours, but Henry Box Brown was in there for 27 hours. That's one whole day, all the things you do from the point you wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, and then wake back up in the morning. And then, after all of that time, if you were to sit down and watch 2 movies, that's how long Henry Box Brown was inside of the box. That is a long time. My friends, if you were like this for a whole day, all night, and all the rest of the morning, how would you feel? Your body would really hurt. His body did hurt, but for him it was worth it because freedom was so much better. And on his journey to freedom, people flipped his box upside down. So he was upside down in the box for some hours. And they even sat on him. And they threw his box onto a boat. He was thrown around. He was flipped upside down. And all the while he was squished in there. And he brought with him a little bit of water and a few crackers. So he had something to eat and something to drink. But you know what? He made it to Philadelphia. Everybody say, "Yay, Henry Box Brown! Woo!" And when he got to Philadelphia, he had 4 white friends waiting for him. And they opened up the box for him. And he popped out of the box. And guess what he did when he popped out of the box? He sang a song. He was so happy to finally make it to freedom that he sang a song when he got out of the box. And there he was with his 4 white friends to help him out of the box and help him feel better. And now he was in a space where he felt free. Free to sing, free to eat what he wanted, and wear what he wanted. And do you know what he did on that day when he got out of the box? That day was March 30th. And on that day, he said, "This day is my birthday." And every year on March 30th, Henry Box Brown made that day his birthday, and he celebrated his birthday every year after that on that day, his first day of freedom. And you know what else he did? Because remember, before he was just Henry Brown, but they said, if you're free, you need a middle name. So he made his middle name Box because of the box that he traveled in. So he became Henry Box Brown on March 30th, and that was his birthday. That's not the end of my story, friends, about Henry Box Brown, but that's what I'm going to share with you today. Please join me tomorrow so I can share more with you about Henry Box Brown, because it gets very, very interesting. And you can also join me if you want to learn, it's a secret. I'm going to have to tell you tomorrow, so don't miss out and don't forget to join me tomorrow, okay, for us to learn more about Henry Box Brown. Thank you guys for joining in today. Thank you for listening. You guys did an awesome job. Thank you for managing your bodies. You guys did an awesome job. I want you to do me a favor before we leave today. I want you to go to your mom or your dad or your grandma or grandpa or sister, whoever's in your house, whoever helps take care of you. I want you to give them a big hug and say, "I love you," and say, "I'm so thankful for you," and then say, "That's it. I just want to tell you I love you." So go, give them a big, big, big squeezy hug. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, friends? Bye, everybody.